Let's talk about journaling. Now, journaling is a very, very abstract concept, very unpractical concept, very impractical concept. Excuse my, English. I'm not really, I did not do a major in English. But journaling is a very, it's a very, vague concept. We hear this term that you should journal or you should start journaling, like from these self-help gurus and these self-improvement, content creators. And that's initially what got me to start journaling back in, a few years ago when I was, getting into, this new age self-improvement shit. I don't recommend that. I mean, yes, obviously, I do recommend that you should become a better person. You should hit the gym. You should, just improve in general. But I don't recommend that you label yourself as a self-improvement, I don't know, fucking something, and think that you're better than everybody else. I think that's low-key, stupid. Like, yes, of course, become better as a person, as a human, just, level up your life in general. But don't classify yourself as, I don't know, something that's superior to others. Like, shut the fuck up. What am I saying? But regardless, like I was saying that this concept of journaling, what journaling is, and how do you journal, and how does it benefit you? I'm gonna teach you all these things. So the first thing, what is journaling? So basically, if you are familiar with the concept of journaling, you probably think that I don't know, it's writing down things in a journal. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory that journaling means to literally journal, to literally write down things. But that's if that works for you, if journaling and writing down your thoughts and shit like that, if that works for you, then that's perfectly okay. You don't need this video and you can just leave. But if it doesn't, and you're just banging your head against the wall and you're like, damn, but I've been journaling for, like, I don't know, for months, for weeks, for years maybe, and I don't see any results. I'm just I don't see any benefits. Like, if I don't journal, I would literally notice zero difference. That if that's you, then then this video is for you. So first of all, here's what you should do. Let's look at what journaling actually should be. The concept of journaling, it's literally to help you, self-reflect. It's literally to make you more mindful. It's literally to, it's to improve your mental health. It's to make you know yourself better. You process your thoughts, process your emotions, process your traumas maybe. So that's basically the essence of journaling, that you get to know yourself better, and as a result of that you become more, you become more mindful, more peaceful, more self what is it called, self, I don't know, but you get the idea. That's the essence of journaling. That's what journaling actually should be rather. So how do you do that? Well, I would say that if you just took a journal and started to journal some things in it, and I don't know, start to write about your childhood trauma or some shit, that's probably not gonna work. And you probably know this. If you just got a journal in front of you and you just started writing about the time you were 5 and, I don't know, you got slapped by a teacher, unless you're really, really reminiscing on those times, that's probably not gonna happen. Like, imagine this. You're going to a party with your friends. You come back. Is it really a realistic possibility that you're gonna start journaling about trauma? That's probably not gonna happen, right? But what would happen is, let's say you saw a picture of your childhood, or I don't know, you saw a childhood friend, and then all those memories start to coming back, and then you can journal about it. That's a more realistic possibility, right? Because you're already in that state where you can, where these memories and where these feelings and where these emotions, they're brought up, right? So that's so you get the idea here, that whenever you're trying to journal, the first thing that you can do is at least be in the state to journal. And so I don't recommend this, you should journal at this time, that you should journal at night time, that you should do this. I think that you should only journal when you're in the state of actually, when you're in that state where you can process your emotions, and where you can bring those feelings and those thoughts and those ideas back to life. Ideas, you get my idea. So first of all, let's say that you're having a good time. Be my guest. Why the fuck would you go and journal about trauma and some shit like that, right? Have a good time. But when you're in that state where you feel like you're lonely and I don't know, your friends just left you alone or some shit like that, then you can, I guess, journal about it, and then you can see why that affects you and how your experiences in the past have been. Then that is a possibility that makes more sense. You would agree with me, right? So that's the first thing. Don't journal just fucking whenever. Journal only when then when you're in that state to process the emotions, when those emotions are kind of resurface a little bit. The second thing I would tell you is that you should not you can or you cannot write in a journal. Like I had this problem that when I thought that if I write in a journal, then I look like I'm doing something good. But if I write on my phone, if I write on I don't know, if I write on my computer, if I don't know, if I just talk about it, that doesn't look as as productive or as good. That's a trap. You should basically like we're all individuals, right? We all are unique. We all have our way of doing things, our own unique way of doing things. So if you don't like to journal and instead you like to write on your phone, if you like to talk about it with your friends, then fucking do it. I actually would like to argue that I think talking to your friends and uh, opening up about your emotions, that is a way more effective strategy than journaling, because then you can get live feedback, then they can tell you their experiences, and it's going to be a better experience for both of you, and you're just gonna feel more how do I explain this, like you just writing down things on a journal, and just getting it over with, that's not gonna be as beneficial to your health and to your mental health as if you talked about it and opened about it to a friend you trust, and they told you about the same emotions, and you just basically comforted each other. No homo. But that's like, you get what I'm saying, right? I think that socializing about it, socializing, man, what is wrong with my English? Let me just take this shirt off because I'm starting to talk. But like I was saying, where was I? But yeah, I was saying that talking about your emotions and opening up open. I guess I shouldn't have taken that shirt off. Talking about your emotions to your friends and to your family and to the people who you trust can be actually a much better thing than journaling. That's what I think. So if you do have the friends that you can trust and you can open up to, then you should definitely do that instead of journaling. And just even if you don't agree with me, then at least give it a try, right? It doesn't hurt to try. But let's say that you don't have a friend, you're just like me, sitting in a room recording videos, and you don't have any friends. What should you do then? I think that, like I said, everybody has their own way of self-reflection. Maybe you don't like to write in a journal. Maybe you like to write it on your phone. Maybe you like to, I don't know, sit in your bathroom taking a shit and think about stuff. Maybe that's who you are. Be fucking accept yourself. Who cares? Don't put the label of being productive, because when we see a person writing down shit in their diary or something, we automatically assume that they are more productive than somebody who might be using their phone, right? That's a intrinsic thought, right? It's natural, right? At least to me it is. So you gotta blur those lines in this scenario and just fucking self-reflect. That's the idea. The idea is not that you write in a journal. The idea is not that you look productive. The idea is not that that you look like you're on self-improvement. The idea here is that you fucking self-respect and become a better human in general. So that's the idea here, that you should start to self-reflect. I think, like I said, that to me that journaling in a diary, that should never work, because I felt like anybody could read my journal, right? If I left it on my desk, if I left it in my cupboard, if I left it on my shelf, like anybody can pick it up and just start reading it, right? So I never really had this this kind of privacy, this kind of this sense of privacy when I wrote in my physical journal, because I felt like there wasn't much privacy to it. Anybody can read it. If I just drop it from my shelf, then anybody, my brother, my mother, my friends, they can just come and pick up what I fucking wrote. So I don't think that's a very I don't think that should happen. I think that when you're journaling, you don't need to have any filters, right? It's fucking journaling. You're self-reflecting. When you think, you don't say that I'm not gonna think this because my friend would think this way. You fucking think. That's just natural. That's the same thing when you're journaling. You shouldn't have to worry about what you said or what words you use. Fucking don't. So that's why I think that journaling on your phone is much better, because it's your phone. You have much more privacy than you would in a physical journal, and or you can think about it. If that helps you, then fucking do it. But yeah, those are the 2 steps that you should try. The number 1 step is that you should, I forgot what I said, but I just rewind the video and just, I forgot what I said. I'm just too focused on the present. But yes, those are the 2 steps that I can give you right now that would instantly, help you journal even more efficiently, and would save you a shit ton of time and effort. Because if you're just, journaling for months and months in a physical journal, and you just don't see any benefits like a retard, and yeah, then these 2 steps should instantly help you. Oh yeah, now I remember. The first step was to journal when you're in that state of processing emotions. The second was to journal in a way that works for you, not in a way that looks productive. So that's all that I have for this video. I'll see you in the next video.